Hi, I'm Larry Richardson, your step-by-step chef. And in this episode of Cooking with the Step-by-Step Chef, we are going to make an absolutely delicious plant-based chicken salad sandwich with dill. I mean, you're really going to love this sandwich. Now, this continues our series of cooking with plant-based meats. Now, why are we doing this? 1. The plant-based chicken, beef, pork, and even fish are getting really delicious. They just taste good. You might have to experiment a little bit to find the right one for you, but they are getting very good. 2, doctors are telling us to sub out some of the meat from our diet. This is one way to do it. I am taking the meat pretty much out of my breakfast and my lunch, and I'm having a little bit with dinner just to balance things out and make sure I get all the nutrients I need, to be healthy. So that's number 2. Number 3 is to help the environment. Creating plant-based meats takes a lot less energy, a lot less fossil fuels and greenhouse gases to produce than creating animal-based meats. So when we eat plant-based meats, we are helping to reduce climate change. So we can actually make a difference, and we should. So come on, let's cook. So here are the ingredients for our plant-based chicken sandwich with dill. The first thing we're going to use is 8 ounces of this plant-based chicken. Now this one is very good. There are a lot of good plant-based meats out there, and there are some standouts. This one's a standout. I'm not endorsing it. I'm not making any money off of mentioning this brand. Ding! But I would if they paid me. I'm just kidding. But this one is good. And there are some others that are very good out there. So try a bunch of them and decide which one works for you. The next thing we're going to use is a celery stalk. We're going to use a 1/4 cup of minced red onion. We're going to use 3 tablespoons of fresh dill. Now, if you can't get fresh dill, use a teaspoon of dried dill seasoning, and then you can experiment and decide if you want to add more to it. We're also going to use 3 tablespoons of mayonnaise, and I have a roll to put it all in. Now, mayonnaise is not vegan, and you could say that it has some animal-based products in it because it usually has some egg in it. But this is not a series that's based just on veganism or vegetarianism. I'm really trying to promote plant-based meats, plant-based eating as much as people can fit into their diets. So do the best you can, and this is absolutely one way to do it. So let me show you how to put all this together. And the first thing we'll do is prepare our vegetables and the dill. So the dill's right here, and we just want to take these little sprigs off of it. And if you like more dill, you can add more. If you like less dill, you can add less. If you don't like dill at all, then don't add it. I mean, it's that simple. That's why we're learning how to cook, is so that we can cook the way we want to. And we're not at the mercy of others. And it's such a basic skill that everyone should do, should own, should enjoy, and it's so human. And I really love cooking, and I've absolutely loved putting together the 225 plus step-by-step chef videos on stepbystepchef.com. If you visit the site, you can get the free videos, and you can even get a free downloadable and printable recipe. So the dill is all broken up. I'm just going to give it a slight chop because you don't want big pieces of dill in your sandwich. This is a seasoning. And it's a very healthy seasoning. Wow, does that smell delicious. You're going to love this sandwich. So I'm just going to put that right into this bowl. And the thing we're going to do with the celery is we're going to give that a mince. Now these veggies, the dill and the celery, they have been rinsed off. So I'm just cutting it lengthwise, and then we'll just mince it up. This adds such a freshness to chicken salad. I never eat chicken salad without celery. Or let's put it this way, if I do eat it, I don't enjoy it. But I try not to be rude. Believe it or not. I've never sent a sandwich back. That's actually one of my proud points of my life. So we just give it a nice chop, nice little mince. You don't want huge pieces of celery. You want a little crunch, but not huge pieces that pull the sandwich apart. Oh, is this going to taste good? Let's just cut that little piece up a little bit. Okay. And again, if you like celery, add it. If you don't like celery, don't add it. Add more, add less. That's the fun of this. And what's really cool is when you cook for yourself and you really start to think about the ingredients that you like and don't like, you're very rarely disappointed at when you're at a meal because you picked it and you made it. If you're disappointed, you can complain to the chef, which is as close as complaining to yourself. So the red onion, just going to cut this top off. Now I'm not putting garlic in this sandwich. Binge watchers of the Step-by-Step Chef know I love garlic, and it turns up in everything but my omelets and my French toast. I'm sure there's other dishes there's no garlic in. But sometimes I do add garlic to to chicken salad, but I'm not in this case because that dill is so delicate. I don't want that strong taste of garlic on top of it all. So what we're going to do is just mince the red onion, cut down the face lines really close together. Don't go too deep though, because you don't really need too much of this, and you want to use the onion in other dishes. And then I'm going perpendicular. So I did lines one way, now I'm doing them the other, making little squares on the top of the onion. And then we just cut down the face. So you don't need any handy dandy device to mince onions, and it shouldn't be a time-consuming process. So there's our 1/4 cup of onion, all minced up. Just add that. And I would start with just a 1/4 cup or less of onion the first time through, because it can take over your sandwich and you don't want that. And then you can decide if you want to add more in the future. Also pay attention, because sometimes the onion can be a little stronger than other times. So if it smells really strong and you're not that into onion, make sure you add less. And if it smells weak and you love onion, add more. See? It's all on us, and we can cook. So I'll meet you over at the stove. Preheat. Okay, so here we are over at the stove. Now, at this point, we may diverge a little bit. We want to prepare the chicken morsels according to the instructions on the package of the type that we got. Now, the type I got says to preheat a frying pan over medium heat for about a minute or two, and then add about 2 teaspoons of oil, which I'm doing, and then just add the chicken and you brown it. It's that simple. So just take this chicken, it's 8 ounces of plant-based chicken, and I'm just going to brown it in accordance with the instructions on the package. And I'll keep moving it around with my spatula and turning it with a pair of tongs until it's done. And the package says that it will take about 4 to 5 minutes, maybe as many as 7, because I am starting with it frozen. But I will get this browned up, and I'll come back and I'll show you when it's ready. And here we are halfway through the cooking process, and you can see I'm turning it and it's getting browned quite nicely. You don't want it to burn. It's going a little hot, so I'm going to turn the heat down just a little. If you notice that yours is getting too hot, turn it down too. You don't want a smoky mess. And make sure to put your fan on too if this starts to happen. You don't want your alarm going off and annoying your neighbors. Or maybe you do. Oh, just be careful about that. So I'm just turning it, and this is going to be done in about 2 minutes. I can already tell. But look at that nice brown color to it. You can't believe that this is plant-based chicken. I'm going to do a barbecued dish with this. I think I'm going to do a barbecued chicken stir fry with this. It's going to be quite tasty. This is really, it's that good. So I'll be right back. Okay, so as you can see, this chicken is all ready. So what we're going to do is let it cool, and then we're going to cut it up and make our sandwich. So I'll see you back over at the sandwich board in a few minutes. Okay, so here we are back over at the old sandwich board, and I let this chicken cool so I can handle it without burning my fingers. Please do the same thing. Put it in a nice little bowl, let it sit. It only took about 5 minutes. And now what I'm going to do is just take this plant-based chicken and cut it into bite-sized morsels. You don't want a chicken sandwich that has these huge pieces of chicken in it. You wouldn't do it with animal-based chicken, so don't do it with this either. And this mixes up a lot better with the veggies and the mayo. So I'm going to do this with all of that chicken, and then I'll be right back and we'll put together the sandwich. Well, looky there. The chicken is all broken up, and now what we're going to do is just add our mayo and stir it in. And just like all the other ingredients, you can add more, you can add less. It's totally up to you. I know some people who really go sparingly on the mayo, and that's really kind of a good move. But I also know people who just love to drench it. Well, we're doing plant-based, so we're contributing. And if you want to add a little more mayo, then certainly do it. But I just like a little taste of mayo. I don't like it to the point where I can't taste the other ingredients. And then what I would do at this point, after you get it all mixed nice and uniform, is give it a little taste. Nice clean spoon. And give it a little taste. That's good. Well, then decide, do you want to add a little salt to it? I'm just going to add a little salt. You can also add some pepper to it, onion powder, some garlic powder. If you want to add, I mean, really, maybe not onion powder because there's already onion in this. But if there's other ingredients you want to add, go ahead. But I think this comes out very balanced. I'm sorry. I'm eating it on the side. I really shouldn't be doing this. Yum. But I can't help it. Sorry. Now, what I do with these sub rolls, and you can use the bread of your choice, is always kind of hollow out sub rolls to make room for the ingredients that you want to put in them. Because otherwise, this bread will, it's going to break on the bottom, and you won't be able to close up the sub. So I always do this. And then we'll just take some of this and just spoon it into our sub roll. Add more, as much as you want. Add less. Do it your way. This is my way, and I can't wait to eat this. I am just, that dill today was so fresh. And normally I'll grow my own herbs, but I haven't had very much luck with dill lately because of the lighting in my porch. But that should do it. Look at that. That is a delicious sandwich, and it will taste, I'm just telling you, it's going to taste just like your favorite chicken salad sandwiches. You don't have to scrimp to eat plant-based. So there we go. So congratulations, look at what you just did. Now this plant-based chicken sandwich is so delicious, someone in my production crew took a bite out of it. I don't know who yet. We're going to have a meeting after this episode. But this is just one of many recipes on stepbystepchef.com. If you visit the site, you can get a free printable version of this recipe. You're also going to find printable versions of 225 plus recipes that also come with video links. So you and I can make every single one of those dishes. You can do it. You can do it. Binge watch if that's what it takes. But what you will find is all of those recipes. You're going to find free recipes, free links. There are going to be plant-based recipes, animal-based recipes, animal-based meats, and totally vegetarian and vegan too. It's all in there. It's all organized. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, a couple of desserts. I try to go light on those because I eat them. So please check out the site. So again, my name is Larry Richardson. I am your step-by-step chef, and I'll see you in the next episode.